Hey guys, Doughboy here. So we did our first real new build since we finished our aristocrat build a couple months ago. Got to level 500 and I thought, it's about time to, do another build, something to grind for. So we have a really beautiful Strangler heart powered armor set, and we're doing like a two-handed explosion automatic weapon build. I just think the Strangler heart power armor looks so cool. It's got a lot of the Virginia terroir in it, looks just like the Mire. And it's an armor set you really just don't see a lot because you do need a lot of legendary script to get to it. You need vault steel to make the armor. But with the unique set bonuses it has and the way it looks, I thought it was just perfect for my very first power armor build. Because I play pretty much sneak shooters in every Bethesda or Fallout game. So this was an interesting change of pace. I really had to learn how to play the game different and again, for events and stuff. And I was overall very surprised by how much damage we were putting out with these weapons. So without further ado, let's start checking out our perks and I can show you guys this sick build. Starting with the perks, we have 15 strength, as much damage as possible to two-handed melee weapons. Martial artist incisor to help with our melee damage. Perception, we have our lockpick skills, all three, and then concentrated fire for whenever I switch to my regular weapon to shoot down scorch beasts and other things. 6 in endurance, adamantium skeleton for limb protection, a little extra fire protection as well. 6 in charisma, I do like the whole 666 there, it does make me laugh. Bodyguards for some extra damage. Protection is always on a party, getting that extra buff. Suppressor, do a little more damage. And then 15 in intelligence. First aid to help stimpaks go a little bit faster. Nerd rage to help me stay alive. We got things to help our automatic melee damages break slower because I use those quite a bit. 11 in agility. Action girl for the AP regen through high care, because I can't wear my backpack and I do carry a lot of consumables, so it helps out in my power armor. Poison fiber, keep me alive. Adrenaline for a little extra damage. And then another maxed out 15 luck. We have Bloody Mess, of course. Grim Reaper's Spirit to help get back some AP whenever I'm in VATS. Better criticals, do a little more damage. Ricochet helps quite a bit. And Luck of the Draw, which really is good for my automatic weapons because you hit a lot. Onto the legendary perks, we have Hack and Slash to do explosive energy damage. Legendary Luck, increase our luck a little bit to get it to 15. Take one for the team, enemies take more damage when they attack if you're on a team. And then Legendary Strength, Legendary Perception, and Legendary Charisma. Here are the special stats when I'm in the power armor. We have 310 health points, 200 action points, and a whopping 19 to strength. Let's take a quick glance at our legendary armor mods. First, we have less damage from robots, explosives. We have Cavaliers, an auto stem, which is excellent. Extra bit of fire resistance, and then we have 3 kind of similar but different mods. They all do a little bit of damage to people that melee attack me, just with different effects. And then we have an extra heal rate, AP regen, and a +2 strength with Sentinel and Chameleon. And these are the stats for the armor set. 533 damage resistance, 453 energy resistance. That minus 15% from robots definitely helps out there. The set bonuses are what's really interesting. So it adds poison damage to enemies and also an area of effect for poison damage to anyone near you, which kind of looks like they're being followed by a stinky cloud. Another strength of this set is its high rad protection, so you can go down into the toxic ore mines with ease or even walk around nuke zones, fairly unharmed. Now on to our weapons. They are all two-handed. We have 3 automatic melee weapons and 2 good old-fashioned hit sticks. The first weapon we got is the DeWalt chainsaw.
With a Furious mod, we can get that 45% extra damage very quickly, as it is very fast already, plus a 40% weapon speed increase, and a minus 25% action point cost. It means we can just keep slicing and dicing. If you look at the action points, you can see that we haven't really lost too much. By the end of this encounter, after using the weapon for about, seems like a minute straight, you only lose about half of your AP. Next up is the Medicine Stick, and while this doesn't do the most damage out of all my melee weapons, it does have a vampire mod, so I'm able to heal myself over time. The other two mods are pretty inconsequential, but it does help to have some extra melee damage, and the weight is pretty low. But as you can see, it's a really good thing to pull out whenever you need to heal up a little bit. Here you can see that Ricochet perk being activated a lot. With the high luck, you definitely do get a lot of return damage. And this weapon I was not expecting to like this much or be this good, to be honest. So the Turing Test Failure Slayer, because it's really good against robots. You can see it's got some energy damage, but 100% damage against targets with full health and a 40% increase to power attack damage. So, you know, your first hit, extra power attack damage. You can see I do some pretty big numbers. With that extra power attack damage, you can one-hit pretty much just about anything, including all of the super mutants in Huntersville. I thought doing 2k damage with a melee weapon in one hit is unheard of, but here we are. Here we have the Whack-A-Mole Johnny, a plus 50% armor penetration, 15 action points replenished with each kill. Very helpful when dealing with a large amount of enemies, which is the kind of the reason why I pull this guy out, especially for lower level tiers. Get some nice fat critical hit charges and do some explosions. Cause a lot of area effect damage. We have our auto axe here, the slicey dicey real nicey. Boosted aristocrat damage, 15 action points restored upon each kill, plus 1 strength. This thing is my boomstick, end of story, period, etc. Watch me absolutely destroy this Myler Queen. This thing shreds. With 15 action points restored upon each kill, we have not lost almost any AP this entire encounter, which is why this is excellent for clearing out hordes and the like. As helpful as those action point buffs are on the weapons, what you really need is a very fast AP regen. As you can see, mine is about 3 seconds, and that's without the buffs that we'll be talking about here in a sec. So we have 3 consumables we use as buffs pretty regularly. The first 2 help our AP regen, like I was saying, pretty important. So the canned coffee, whenever you need a quick AP boost, is always very helpful, and the company tea, 10% AP regen. And these things are really easy to upkeep, as you can get them from your camp, basically. And unsurprisingly, the last buff is going to be our glowing meat steaks, which give you a 40% increase to melee damage for 30 minutes. To keep plenty of glowing meat on hand, here's the little route that I take to acquire more. First, we start with the flooded train yard, where you can find usually about 6 to 7 snallygasters. Sometimes at this location they don't spawn as glowing, they'll just be scorched or regular snallygasters, so not always a guarantee here. Moving north in the mire to Toxic Larry's Meet and Go, we can find 3 more glowing snallygasters here. Farther up north, we head to Abby's Bunker, where you can usually find 2 to 3 glowing rad roaches. And right about now, we were wishing that Butcher's Bounty applied to glowing meat, but it does not, unfortunately. Out of the mire and into the divide, we head to Magna to find about 6 or 7 glowing mole miners usually. This is definitely the best place to find glowing meat that I've come across. After one run, we got 16 glowing meat, which will make 4 glowing meat steaks over on the old Brahmin grill. Clearing those 4 locations took about 10 minutes, and the 4 glowing meat steaks will last us 2 hours. So, as you can see, it doesn't take very long to grind up a freezer full of meat. Alright guys, thanks for checking out my Strangleheart Power Armor build. Hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you around Appalachia.
Target acquired. My insult for you was, well,
What are you doing in my swamp?
A